Okay, so let's just quickly recap how to simplify fractions, because we need to keep doing this when we write percentages as fractions or when we work out the percentage of a whole. So the trick to simplifying fractions is to see what both of them can divide by and keep going until they can't divide by anything anymore. You can try and do it in one big step, or you can just keep taking a few little steps until you can't divide anymore. When I look at this one, what would you divide 25 by 75 and 75 by?
25.
25. So you want to go straight there. Divide by 25. Divide by 25. That'll give me 1. 25 divided by 25. This will give me 3. Now the moment I have a 1 at the top, I know I'm sorted. It won't go any further. How about the next one? 10 out of 25. Are they both even numbers? No, so they can't divide by 2. That's always my first thing that I check, because that's nice and easy. Anything else they can both divide by? 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 25 divided by 5 is 5. And it does help to know your timetables. That's why we taught it so vigorously in the previous grade. 2 over 5. 2 can half, right? Can 5 half? No, so we'll have to stop there. How about 3 and 30? They can both go into 3. And that means 1 over 10. Good. The next one, they're both even numbers, so a good place to start with even numbers is just to half them. So if you want to just half them first, but then I end up with 2 even numbers again, so I'll half again. And the moment you have a 1 at the top, you're sorted. You know you can't go any further. Okay, you've seen me show you that you can take out the 2 zeros if there's a 0 at the top and a 0 at the bottom. What does that actually mean? What are you really doing? You are? Dividing by 10. Good. So I'm just reminding you that that's just a shortcut to say divide by 10 so that I don't have to write that out. So that's 8 out of 10. But they are both even numbers. So I'm going to half them again. Or not again, but I'm going to half them now for the first time. There we go. Now 5 is a prime number. You remember your prime numbers. That just tells me that it won't divide by anything except itself. So unless the top one can divide by 5, I know I can stop when I see a 5. Okay. 82 over 100, well, I'm not sure what it'll go into, so the first thing I'll do is half them, because I can see that they're both even numbers. So I feel like doing this first. That's 40, 1, that is 50. What's next? That seems to be it. Yeah, that will be it. Okay, when we're going to simplify, when we're going to do a percentage of a whole, we're going to have to simplify our fraction if it can. So let's just quickly see. 25% of 300 means we write 25 out of 100. Of sum can also be written as a times sum, but I'm just going to show you how to stick to our easy method of divide by the bottom and times by the top. So what is 300 divided by 100? That's 3. And what is 3 times, we must then times it by 25, answer being 75. That's squeezed in. Okay, 3% of 1,500 means I write 3 out of 100 of 1,500. Can 1,500 divide by 100? Yep. it has 2 zeros there, which just cancels out those 2. So I can easily divide it by 100, which will give me 15. Then I must times it by the top, which is 3. So I must do 15 times 3. And 15 times 3 will be 45. Huh? Now the last one, I also made the note there to remember that you must simplify, because look here, 20 out of 100 of 10 would mean that I'd have to take my 10 and divide it by 100. You can't say a small one divide by a big one. You can, but it's going to give you a negative answer. So that's not what we want. We don't want to say 10 divided by 100. So to fix my problem, I just simplify 20 over 100. This one's very easy to simplify. I divide them both by 10 and I get 2/10. And now I try again. How about 10 divided by 10? Cool, that works. 10 divided by 10 is 1, and I must times it by the top one, which is 2. So my answer there is 2. Please remember, in word sums that work like this, you need to have a unit at the end. So you'll need to say 2 learners, or I'll have 45 rand, or often we do this with money, because we say if you use 20% of your income, how much did you use, and then you work out the amount in rand.